Welcome to Coffee with Coaches for the 2022 and 2023 season, a podcast to showcase the achievements of Meeker High School students. Hosting is Tiffany Jahorik, owner-operator of Crystal Meadow Farms and sports director of the Herald Times, and Rich Klinsman, owner-operator of Step Beyond Media. They have discussions over coffee with MHS coaches and teachers. They look back for a week in review and what is coming up for Meeker High School athletes, plus so much more. Welcome. It's homecoming week. Exciting. And we have some kids in the studio with us today to talk about that, so that's going to be fun.
Right. Looks like they're going to have an exciting week with the different things each day.
Yes.
And then, of course, leading up to football and volleyball and all them.
Right. So let's dive into what happened last week. So the cross-country team was at the Demon Invite, and there were 7 schools, and Brighton Bear did excellent again, taking 3rd place.
That seems to be her niche
spot.
Right there. 3rd place, right there.
3rd place, yes. Yep. And then Wyatt Rollins, it took 12th for the boys, leading the boys, and he ran in 21 minutes, 45 seconds. And then Gabe Smithers took 23rd, and Gage Richardson took 26th. In volleyball, they just had one game. It was kind of a slow week last week for everybody but golf, I think.
Right.
And volleyball hosted Sirocco. They won in 3. They actually only allowed 31 points in the 3 sets. Emma had 19 kills. Ainsley had 6 kills. Reese Clouderbaugh had 4. So there was a lot of contribution from the whole team there. Ellie and Emma each had 2 aces, and Nora had 2 blocks.
It sounded like it wasn't a real tough competition.
No,
for this.
I don't think so. And then in softball, they had one game. They went to Eagle for varsity, and then the JV actually had a doubleheader here at home. And the varsity, they won 18-0 and beating Eagle, which was awesome.
Nice.
Reagan Hafey, who was one of the Craig players, went 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs. She also pitched 3 innings with 6 strikeouts and only allowed 1 hit. So she had an excellent game.
That was an excellent game. Yeah, wow.
Then Brie Garcia, Jade Miller, Vivian Brown, Kasten Dabaski, Ryan Mergelman, and Athena Lyon each had multiple runs. So it was a fun game, sounds like.
Yeah.
Yes. No football, which was... Didn't really know what to do with myself.
It was really weird.
It was. And golf, we have Coach Hooks in the studio today, too. So we'll talk with him about how golf went. Right. Just like going to throw it out there. They did shoot under their 275 that they were looking at. So that was awesome.
Awesome.
In junior high, the football was here at Meeker. Let's see here. The 8th graders won, again, 56-0. So they're really killing it. And then the 7th grade game was very close, 12-20, but they had a big injury on the field, and I think that probably impacted them a bit. And cross country was also here for junior high. Ashton Tapia took 3rd, Dexter Chin took 7th, and then Brad Nielsen took 8th. And then flipping over to the Mustangs. So the little guys were in rifle, and it looks like the little guys won 39-13 over the Rifle Bears, which is awesome. It's always good to beat Rifle.
Yeah.
And then it looks like the big guys won 15-12. So
very nice.
Yeah.
So even though it's a little bit slower week, a very good week.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It was. Yeah. So I guess with that, we'll get with the kids.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal Meadow Farms is family owned and operated, offering a wide range of CBD products. Coming from 5 generations of farming, Crystal Meadow Farms offers farm-to-table products. In-house CBD extraction using beverage-grade CO2 since 2019. They create a CBD oil without the use of harmful chemicals. Their retail products are handcrafted using organic and natural ingredients and are some of the strongest on the market. They offer a range of CBD tinctures, spa products, a pet line, gummies for day and night, and a large line of topicals.
Welcome back. So today we're very excited to talk about homecoming.
Yes.
And we have 3 kids in the studio. So we have Mulaney Wagnold, Kenzie Keach, and Connor Blunt. And so, Mulaney, we're going to start with you. So before we get into any of the homecoming stuff, we're going to start with the easy things, like who your parents are and what you're thinking about for college.
Okay. So we have to talk get close to it.
You're great.
Okay. My parents are John Wagnold and Shay Musgrave. and what I want to do in college.
Like, where do you want? What colleges are you looking at? What do you want to study? That kind of stuff.
I'm looking at Tarleton State University in Texas and Baylor University in Texas, somewhere warm because I hate the snow. And probably going to major in English, maybe pre-law, on the track to pre-law.
Oh, nice. And then really quickly, too, because you guys all three are on student council, right? Mm-hmm. And what is your position on student council?
I'm student council president.
Okay. She's the big cheese.
Yeah, we put the president in the middle.
We did.
Everybody else is just,
Yeah. So, Kenzie, your turn.
All right. My parents are Curtis Keach and Nikki Keach. And for college, I'm looking at UNC in Greeley and also Montana State University, just for somewhere where there's mountains still and it's not too hot. And I'm looking to study elementary education and be a kindergarten teacher.
Oh.
And I'm student council vice president.
Oh, thank you. I was going to ask you. Connor.
My parents are Kurt and Hallie Blunt. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go to college, but it's going to be something in the aeronautical field, so either Florida or Oklahoma I'm thinking of right now. And I'm the student council treasurer.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys for coming in. So then let's dive into homecoming. So what's the theme this year?
Coming to a playing field near you, Homecoming 2022, which is like action movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And then, so give us a rundown of the events. So we have something tonight, right?
Tonight's Powder Puff at 7:30. Softball took place tonight too. I guess you guys already said that, or gonna say that.
Yeah.
And then I don't think there's anything tomorrow, but Wednesday is Peach Fuzz and
which is volleyball.
Yeah.
In case nobody knows what
volleyball,
Peach Fuzz is.
where the boys and girls
Yeah.
switch.
right.
And Friday is the parade, and
At 1 and not 11, like
Yeah.
I put on Facebook accidentally. Yeah.
and then the dance, which is Saturday at 7:30.
I
7.
think so.
Yes.
like that.
And then after the parade, there's the pep rally. And then before the parade is I think it's the school board, right? Puts on
Yeah,
the barbecue.
Barbecue. Right.
And
So-
there's volleyball at like 4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, 6.
And then football at 7.
Football at 7.
Then on Saturday there's volleyball again, isn't there?
Yeah, at 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3.
And softball.
And softball.
Uh-huh.
So a busy weekend.
Yep.
A busy weekend. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what time the softball is. I can't remember that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll have to look that up. So then, who are the class attendants for each class? Starting with probably the freshmen.
Okay. For the freshmen, it's Braden Rayleigh, Autumn Stallings, Holton Harvey, Tristan Rollins. For the sophomores, it's Kayla Scott, Landon Lopez, Addie Selly, and Cade Blunt. I don't know how he got on there. But
Oh, man. Trouble.
For the juniors, it's Linez, the foreign exchange student, I think.
Inez.
Inez.
Okay. Judd Harvey. I don't know how he got on there. Jace Mobley and Avery Woodward. And for the seniors, it's Nora Gianetti, Dina Wood, Jericho Stallings, and Trey Kennedy.
Nice.
Kind of sounds like the voting was rigged a little bit.
Yeah.
At least for a couple of them.
I know.
No.
I know, for sure. So then, I'm trying to read my list of things I gave you guys. So who are your class sponsors for student council?
Mr. Straight, Miss Cravens, and Miss Etchart. It's all new this year.
All new this year.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, because I think that Naomi was last year's seniors, right? Class, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that was all I had for these guys. Do you have any questions for me?
Just what? So do you guys have different themes during the day as well, though?
Oh, yeah,
Like
your
different
dress-up
themes?
days.
Yeah.
What are those?
Are you supposed to be dressed up today?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we can't be anything like that.
Yeah.
Here.
I came dressed up.
Today is athletes versus mathletes, so like nerds versus athletes.
Ah, so you went with nerd.
Yeah.
I think seniors and sophomore, like whatever the peach fuzz and volley or
Yeah,
the
seniors
powder
and,
puff is,
Yeah.
that's how they dress up.
seniors and
accordingly.
sophomores are mathletes, and then freshmen and juniors are athletes.
Ah.
And some people
Tomorrow.
are just slackers.
Tomorrow's toga day, I think.
appropriate toga
Yeah.
day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So no Animal House. Toga.
No.
No. Okay. They're too young to know that one anyway. But.
What's Wednesday? Is it move? No.
Yeah, Wednesday is your movie day.
Yeah.
Right.
Your class theme.
So that one's kind of open. I'm kind of curious to see what that has.
Well, you have a movie.
Oh yeah, we had Top Gun. That's why we.
Oh,
That's why we have the theme.
Yeah.
So seniors could do Top
Yeah.
Gun.
Are you going to
Did
go
you see
with the
my
new
mustache?
Top Gun or the old Top Gun?
Oh, so you're gonna go.
Kind of a mix of both.
You're gonna go with Rooster,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
I think I'm
Nice.
gonna dress up as an airplane.
Dare you.
That'll be fun. And then, of course, Thursday's Spirit Day. So,
Yeah.
black and gold. That'll be fun. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a fun week.
Thank you.
Welcome back. And today, for the first time this year, he was, I believe you were with us one time last year. We
I
had
was.
Coach Kyle Hooks with us with Meeker Golf.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. You know, I cannot believe golf is the shortest season, I think, because they have regionals this week.
Yeah,
They started when football started, and yeah.
it is for me because Coach Theos, as Butch says, he starts early in August. It seems to start earlier every year, and he had him going, I want to say the first week of August, and he called me up and said, "Do you want to come out and work out?" I'm like, "With you? You know, like a lesson?" Not really. No, with the boys. I went, wow. So, yeah, it's starting quick, and they're hitting it hard, and I like that just because, you know, we get into, like they're at regionals now, and at Steamboat, I bet you it's probably 35 degrees. So it's good to
Yeah.
get some reps.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so before we dive into regionals and what they're doing today and tomorrow, let's talk about last week. When Coach Willie was here last week, we talked about their goal was to shoot under a 275. Like that was and they got it done.
Yes, they did. And that pleases me to no end. We're kind of in a unique situation. It's difficult for me, not difficult. I want them to do terrific and do better. And I kind of came from, we played year round, number one in West Texas, and there was a really good program there. And guys you tried out for the golf team. It was a big deal. So,
Wow.
But the great thing about this group of kids, and I love them to death, and I don't have any preference over who we've had the past couple of years, but they're all sophomores except for Spencer. And so we're molding them, and they're listening, and you can kind of see them get it instead of that kid in center field who's, looking at the clouds and things like that. So they did, and they played Craig, which is it's kind of a tricky course. It can be, but these are the scores that I would like to see at the worst, because now that we're progressing, they know Coach Theos and I have basically taught them some really good fundamentals in how to teach themselves, how to correct themselves on the golf course, because that's the hardest thing in the world. When I was teaching, people would come, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and it's frustrating. I'm going to take up tennis. Golf sucks. I'm going to get rid of it." And these kids are able to go, "Oh, okay. Well, the ball went that way. That's why I can trace it back," and they can caddy themselves. Does that make sense?
Yep.
They can keep playing golf rather than fixing their swing, and you just. We're trying to work on the mental aspect of it as well, and it finally came up into fruition. It was magical, and Coach Theos. Sorry, I've been playing golf with Willie for 7 years. I just call him Willie. Coach Theos. We're really proud of him, and you could see it. It projected when they came out to practice the next day. They're excited, so they got a taste of putting shots together, and. Going out to the range is, it's all fine and dandy, but all you're going to do is you need to learn on the course, and you need to put them on course situations. And Coach Theos and I have a very unique relationship. It's really like a bad cop show, and I'm the bad cop, and believe it or not, of all people, the great wrestler and terrific athlete that Willie is. he's just so good with these guys, and we've been able to put them, say, in 100-yard situations, under trees, just put them in the worst spots, because on the range everything's perfect and beautiful, and you've got great lies or the ball's teed up. You don't see that kind of junk in tournaments. You see the worst, soul-crushing, I've never seen this before, I want to suck my thumb in the corner
That's
kind of
pretty much
shots.
how I play golf
Right.
all day.
Yeah, but it's just been a really fun practice this year, and I wish I could have gone to more tournaments to see these guys play. And I do some different practices than what we normally do. Like the last one that we had, it was for fun. I had them pick 3 clubs and a putter, and we're going to play 4 holes. And I wanted them to become uncomfortable. I like that word a lot. I want them to be nervous, to have that nervous energy going into a tournament. My coach in Abilene and my dad used to do this to me too. It's Tuesday, take out all your odd clubs, and you'd get into different yardages instead of going, like a robot, 151, that's an 8-iron. Well, I don't have one. So what do I have to do? You become an artist. You start playing golf. And they just had a ball with it. And Alex, I love the kid to death, he either made it like a 20-footer and he tied me. So I was a little upset. But I hadn't played all year and I'm old. So I told him to shut up. Anyway, but I said, Dr. Grant's getting me healthy. Y'all are dead next year. So thank you, Dr. Grant. He's helped me a bunch.
Golly. So then this week, they're there. Well, I think that Willie said that it was a regular day and they don't get to practice until this afternoon, right?
Right. Yeah, they had some kind of shotgun tournament or something that they had previously booked, and that's pretty cool of that course to even let them come out afterward. But I kind of like that. You don't play it too hard. You really get focused on, well, this is where I don't need to hit it. You just kind of get a good snapshot of the hole as far as, okay, I'm going to gear down and just put it in the fairway. And that's what we've, Willie especially has really hammered on these kids that, far gets you into trouble. The fairway is heaven. It doesn't matter what it takes to get in there. And we've tried to translate that into kind of a life lesson too, as far as, kids get upset when they can't do it. And I hate to sound like the old guy, but this generation, it's, well, I can just pour water on this and I can fix it. Well, how come I'm not hitting it good every single time? Well, you haven't hit 8 million golf balls like I have, okay?
Right.
So be humble, because if you're only as good as how you practice. And it goes on to life. If you're not prepared for a test, I tell Gwen, well, she's going to hate that I said that. You have to prepare for this test. You get nervous about it going into it. You're not ready. You're just not. And so these guys have really kind of gotten in. And I hate that we're done, because they're really starting to get it now. And, now there's going to be snow on the ground. And a lot of guys won't pick up a club until April.
Maybe.
But maybe.
April.
Maybe.
Unless they go to JC's and hit on the simulator. Should we give his address over the air so they'll just show up? Okay. Yeah, but I do want to thank Coach Theos. The amount of stuff that he does is unbelievable. This is getting these 6 or 8 kids or whatever into a van or a Suburban at 5:15 and going to golf tournaments, and it's like setting up a Rolling Stones concert as far as the amount of effort that goes into it. And it doesn't sound like much. Well, get in the car and drive 4 hours. Well, no, there's scorecards here. What are we going to wear? And just the preparation going into it. And on top of that, Willie's teaching 5th graders,
6th graders.
Or 6th graders, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And that's hard enough as it is.
It is. And it's immense. And he's just fantastic, and he loves it. And but huge kudos out to Willie and Donnie Theos.
Oh, yeah, because I think she is the snack
Yes.
queen. And her husband is gone a lot because of this.
Yeah.
Yes. And there is some frustration that, every coach brings home, and she listens to it diligently, and she's sweet. And thank you, Donnie.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. For sure. Well, thank you, Kyle,
Yeah.
for coming in.
Thanks
we
for
sure
having us.
appreciate it, and we
Yeah.
can't wait to hear how those boys do tomorrow.
Yeah, me too.
So I believe it's Will, Sam,
Drew,
and Alex.
and Alex. Yep. So I hope they do it well. It's a good
Me
learning
too.
experience. So thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Well, that was really fun with those kids and having Coach Hooks in the studio.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's going to be one heck of a week for homecoming.
It is. So let's dive right into that. So, like we said, today is Athletes and Mathletes for their dress-up day. And there's JV football today in Grand Junction, I think, at 3.
At 3.
There's softball against Grand Junction at home at 4 today. And then powder puff football at 7:30. Tomorrow is appropriate toga day, and golf regionals will be at the RVR, which is the RVR. It's in Basalt or Carbondale or someplace.
Right.
Anyway, Wednesday's movie day, so each class has a different day for their movie day. And Peach Fuzz volleyball at 7 o'clock. Then, Thursday Spirit Day. Nothing going on Thursday. And then on Friday is the big day. So I believe that noon is the barbecue, 1 is the parade,
Gotcha.
Followed by the pep rally, and then 4, 5, 6 is volleyball, and 7 is football. Then on Saturday at 10 and 12 is a softball doubleheader against Cortez, and volleyball at 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And then the dance from 8 to 11. And so this week, we're really excited to have senior Brie Garcia be our athlete of the week. She's just been super consistent across the board. She's one of the top pitchers on the team this year, and also very consistent with her bat. So it's been awesome.
And one of the leaders. I mean,
Yes,
you can tell
definitely.
she's one of the leaders out there for them.
She is. And so congratulations, Brie.
Congratulations.
All right,
Brie.
well, happy homecoming, everybody.
Happy homecoming.